Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is April 17, 2024, and it is 6:02 p.m. And I'm welcoming you to the City of Somerville Zoning Board of Appeals. Tonight, we have, let's first get this little statement in there for you. The pursuant of Chapter 2 of the Acts of the 2023, this meeting of the Somerville Zoning Board of Appeals will be conducted via remote participation. A recording of these proceedings can be accessed at any time using the registration link at the top of this agenda. Joining us tonight from our board is Ann Brockelman. She's our vice chair. We have Catherine Garavaglia. She's our clerk. Zach Zaremba. And we have our two alternates, which are Brian Cook and Cecia Daglian. And I am Susan Fontano, your chair. Joining us from the staff, the planning staff office is Andrew Graminski, Sarah White, and Christian Patanau. I hope I'm saying it right. I got to work on that. And we're going to start off with on our agenda tonight is under general business. Just a comment. We were going to approve the minutes of March 20th, 24. But we did take care of that at the April 3rd meeting. So it got listed in error tonight, so please excuse us. Under the public hearing tonight, we have 2 to 3 Union Square. That's ZPA 24-000009. Mr. Andrew Graminski, somebody here from 2 to 3 Union Square?
No, the applicant was not present, Chair
Okay.
Fontano. They just provided a continuance form to the May 15th ZBA meeting.
Okay, thank you. Catherine, clerk, could you please take care of the motion?
Yes, Madam Chair. I'd like to make a motion to continue 2-3 Union Square, ZP 24-9 to May 15th of 2024.
May I have a second on the motion?
Second.
Seconded by Ann Brockelman. All in favor, please say aye. Ann Brockelman.
Aye.
Susan Fontano, aye. Zach Zaremba.
Aye.
We'll do Brian Cook
Aye.
and Catherine Garavaglia.
Aye.
Let the record show that 4 members and 1 alternate voted all in the affirmative to continue till May 15th. Thank you. Next on the agenda is 483 Broadway. Madam Clerk, could you take care of the motion to open those?
Madam Chair, you'd like me to open both simultaneously or one or consecutively?
Well, Mr. Graminski said that would be okay to do that.
All right, Madam Chair, I'd like to open 483 Broadway, ZP 23-53 and ZP 23-54. The applicants are seeking to extend the validity of previously issued hardship variances for a number of minimum stories. That was originally P&Z 23-16 in the mid-rise MR4 zoning district for a period of 6 months, and then would also like to extend the validity of a hardship variance for story height that was under P&Z 23-16 in the mid-rise zoning district, also for a period of 6 months.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Is somebody here from 483 Broadway?
Chair Fontano, through you, this is, I have a Tavis Babbitt that I'm going to promote
Great.
to panelist.
Good evening, Mr. Babbitt.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So you want to tell us what's happening here in a synopsis?
Essentially, not much has changed since our last visit. We have other variances that we are going to be seeking, and therefore we're going to delay the time we can actually start. So that's why we're seeking to extend these two so they can cover all of our time that's needed to put together our other requests that we'll be making in the future. So we were made aware by the by Somerville, some of the internal reviews, that there were additional things needed from the board. And so we're pursuing those now, and we're hoping to get that package together so we can be on another meeting. So that's the purpose. The building itself has not changed in design or look. We've added some more detail to the plans just for parking and for planning purposes and site plan approval. But the building itself has not changed. So that's where we're at the moment.
Great, okay. And what's that with the planning board you're working with now?
Yes.
Beautiful, okay. When do you think you might be doing your next variance? Do you have an idea how that's fallen into play?
I'm hoping we're going to get on the next meeting that we can by the deadline that's available nearest.
Oh,
So
okay,
we have a set of
Alright.
plans that we're just updating to reflect those requests.
great, okay. So first I'll open it up to the public for the public portion of the hearing. Is there anybody here, Mr. Graminski, that would like to speak to this? The matter of 483 Broadway?
Chair Fontano, I'm not seeing anyone at this time using the raised hand feature, but if you'd like to speak, just use the raise hand feature and we will allow you to speak. Chair Fontano, I'm not seeing anyone at this time.
Okay, great. I will close that at this time because I think if they were gonna come out, they would have been out by now. So we'll close the public portion and move on to the board. Does anybody have any?
Chair Fontano, don't mean to interrupt, but we actually just had someone raise their hand.
Okay, we'll reopen the public portion of 483 Broadway and see what the public has to say. Hello,
So I have a Lydia Soares, so I'm going to allow you to speak, Lydia.
hello.
Hello, good evening.
Your
I just,
name- Excuse me, Lydia, your full name and address, please, for the record,
Lydia Rigo Soares,
and your address,
10 Strathmore Road,
that in Somerville?
Medford.
Okay. All right, so what do you have to say?
So I was just wondering, what other variances are you applying for 483?
They're looking for the variances on the height on one of them and number of stories in the second, and they were approved. They like in their exact, like for the one for the well, I'm gonna let the applicant, do you want to just quickly give Ms. Soares a quick synopsis of what happened and when this happened?
Yes, so the initial request we actually got, I think it was back in 2021 even, or 2022, was a variance for building height requirement and also a number of stories. So the first story height needs to be 14 feet, but we're keeping it to 11. That was something that was allowed previously, and so we're seeking to extend that, as well as the number of stories. Somerville requires 4 stories. I believe it's 3 stories in this
Three.
zone.
Yeah.
And Medford only requires, or only has a two-story maximum. So we wanted to match the majority of the building, which will be in Medford, to keep that 2 stories in Somerville. And so that was also granted previously. So we're seeking to extend those. We have future appeals that we're looking to get, but those have not been submitted fully yet. So at this point, we're just looking for those 2 extensions.
Lydia?
So it's staying as a 2-story building, what was presented a couple of months ago? That's
Correct,
what the
yeah.
building's staying at? And
And
we're
that's
not
our
doing,
intent. That's our
then the
intention.
other question was, I think there was a question about having it be a medical marijuana facility. Is that been off the table? Is that not happening anymore?
We don't have a tenant for that space yet because we actually don't even know what kind of space we're going to end up with based on our decisions. So at the
Oh, are
moment,
we doing away from the liquor store too?
no, that's the owner of the property, and that will definitely be one of the units, the bigger unit.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we're abutting neighbors, and that's just one, I'd like to see that be redone because the whole rat infestation is such an issue here. But at the same time, I also didn't want to block tons of sunlight for our house, but
Mhm.
I guess you gotta lose some to win some. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't any future changes that I wasn't aware of.
And just if I may, we do have a neighborhood meeting tomorrow night that you are welcome to attend. That's been advertised and hopefully you got an invitation to that. If not, you can contact Sarah White. She will be able to give that to you or your local ward counselor.
Oh, I
Okay.
did not get that. So who was that? Sarah White?
Yeah, I think that it should have gone out to all neighbors within 300 feet. So if you're
I didn't
within,
get anything.
So why don't you tell her now when and where it will be?
it's tomorrow on Zoom. And there's a link that we can provide. Let's see, I don't know if I have that flyer in front of me.
Can she
Sure.
get a hold of
Chair
you?
Fontano,
Yes, Mr. Grunsky,
the flyer's up on the city's website, city calendar.
Somerville City Calendar.
Correct, yes.
Did you get that, Lydia?
Yep, I'm taking notes. Somerville City Council. Perfect. So what time is it tomorrow?
Let me just look at my calendar here. Tomorrow's meeting is at 6 p.m.
And does that have more details of what the plans?
Yes, there will have a lot more interaction. We'll show what we're proposing and what things we are looking to get approved still, and you'll have a lot more input. So
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Anybody else? Mr. Gruminski?
Chair Fontano, I'm not seeing anybody else.
I'm not closing it yet. I'm gonna
Okay.
open it up to the board. This is pretty straightforward. I think I shouldn't speak for you, but does anybody have any additional comment or question they had for Mr. Babbitt? No, everybody's fine? Yeah. Okay, great. So let's close the, last call on public portion, participation.
Nothing, Chair Fontano.
Okay, we'll close that, the public portion. And the board is all set. I've asked everybody, nobody has anything to say, so we're gonna go for a vote. I'm gonna ask for Cece Daglian to vote on this item. Madam Clerk, could you make the motion in each one separate, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. In the matter of 483 Broadway, ZP 23-53, I make a motion to approve the 6 months extension for the previously issued hardship variance for the number of stories for
Okay.
6 months.
6 months. Okay. And all previous conditions and criteria apply to these motions tonight in both cases. May
Yes.
we have go around the board here, vote in the affirmative if you'd like to do so. If not, vote your heart here. And
Second that.
Brockman, thank you, seconded. I was looking at you waiting and I lost my mind. Ann Brockelman, thank you for the second. And how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan Fontano, aye. Cece Daglian,
Aye.
Zach Zaremba,
Aye.
and Catherine Garavaglia.
Aye.
Let the record show that all voting members voted in the affirmative to the approval with 4 regular members and 1 alternate. Next motion, please, Madam Clerk.
Yes, Madam Chair. In 483 Broadway, ZP 23-54, I make a motion to approve the applicant's request to extend the hardship variance for story height for a period of 6 months, subject to all conditions and terms as previously approved.
May I have a second? And
Second.
Brockelman on the second. All in favor, say aye. Cece Daglian,
Aye.
Catherine Garavaglia,
Aye.
Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
Zach Zaremba,
Aye.
and Susan Fontano, aye. Let the record show in the matter of P 2354 that was a unanimous vote, all 5 members voting in the affirmative, 4 regular and 1 alternate. I believe is there any other business before the board tonight? Does anybody have any other business they'd like to discuss? First of all, congratulations, Mr. Babbitt. You're all set with us.
Thank you very
You-
much. Appreciate your time
So
tonight.
have
We'll
a
be
good
back
evening.
again.
All right, looking forward to it. Have a good evening. If there's no other business, no. I thank everybody for their participation and wish you all a good night. And thank you. Oh, can we have a motion to
Oh,
close
good,
the
you caught
meeting?
it.
Adjourn? I won't say anything, but Ann was giving me the googly eyes over here. I was waiting for her.
Oh,
Can we have
I
a
make a
motion?
motion
please?
to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Catherine, and Catherine, I hope
Second.
it's better too. Seconded by Ian. All in favor, please say aye. Zach Zaremba,
Aye.
DC Daglian,
Aye.
Catherine Garavaglia,
Aye.
Brian Cook.
I don't think I vote on this, but aye.
I want you to. I want your input. Ian Brockelman
Aye.
and Susan Fontano, aye. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Enjoy this weather, huh?
Good night, everyone.
night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.